Morning students, now we will see the different types of D2A converter. So under D2A converter, first we are going to see your binary weighted D2A converter. So what is meant by binary weighted D2A converter is, we are going to take an operational amplifier and we are going to connect the operational amplifier in the inverting mode. So here in this case, to the input terminal, we are going to have the different binary switches depending upon what type of converter we are going to use. So suppose I am going to design a 4-bit D2A converter. I am going to use 4 switches as the input signals there. So when this switch is going to be connected to 5 volts, we mean that a 1 is going to be given to the input there. If the switch is going to be connected to the ground level, we mean that we are going to give a 0 input to the circuit there. So here we are going, the input signals, the input switches are going to be connected to the resistors there, where the resistors what we are going to use at the input side is going to be a binary weighted there. So which is nothing but you are going to have the highest, the B0 bit is going to be the MSB bit and B3 is going to be the LSB bit there. So here in this case it is going to be connected to R, that is R by 2 power 0, and when B1 bit in digital bit is going to be connected to R by 2, that is R by 2 power 1, and B2 is going to be connected to R by 2 power 2, and B3 is going to be connected to R by 2 power 3. So here the resistors what we are going to use are going to be your binary weighted resistors. So here in this case we are going to use a feedback resistance RF between the output and input of your operational amplifier there. Now we are going to see that whatever is going to be the current that is going to flow into this feedback resistor will be converted to voltage there. Now we will see the operation of the circuit here. So we have here 4 switches there. Now we are going to assume that if the B0 bit is going to be connected to 5 volts. When the B0 bit is going to be connected to 5 volts, that means that, so here your B0 is going to be, so B0 is going to be connected to 1 volts and B3 is going to be connected to 0. So all these 3 are going to be 0. So B0 is nothing but the LSB bit and B3 is going to be the MSB bit there. So here when B0 is going to be 1, the voltage at this point is going to be 5 volts there. And here the voltage at this point we can take it as V2. So here a non-inverting terminal is going to be grounded there. So when this non-inverting terminal is going to be grounded, we know that the differential voltage between the operational amplifier should be 0. If V1 is 0, my V2 voltage should also be 0 there. So now I want to find out what is going to be the current that is going to flow through this resistance R. So to find out the current that is going to flow through the resistance, I will be applying the nodal equation. So we know that your I is equivalent to your 5, the current flows from 5 volts to your V2. 5 minus V2 divided by the R value. So here the R value we have chosen to be 10 kilo ohms. So V2 is going to be the virtual ground. So V2 is 0. So 5 divided by 10 kilo ohms is going to be here 0.5 milliamps. So it is going to be 0.5 milliamps. So when it is going to be 0.5 milliamps, this current, when this 0.5 milliamps flows here, it is going to get divided into this current and here to the feedback resistance there. So as a result, we know that the current drawn by the input terminals of your operational amplifier is going to be negligible. When the current drawn by the input terminals of your operational amplifier is negligible, the same current is going to flow through your RF. That means the same 0.5 is going to flow through this RF resistance there. So as a result, now I want to find out the output voltage. So to find out, the current is flowing in this direction. So that means that your I, so the same current flows. So I is equivalent to your V2 minus V0 divided by your RF value. So we know V2 is 0. So V2 is 0 means my V0 is equivalent to minus I into RF. So what is I? 0.5 milliamps. So 0.5 milliamps into your resistance is going to be 1 kilo ohm there. So here that is going to be minus 0.5 volts is going to be my output voltage when my B0 is going to be 1. So now next what we are going to do is I am going to make my B1 bit to be 1. So when my B1 bit is going to be 1, the combination is going to be 0, 0, 1, 0. So now this B1 bit is going to be 1, B0 is going to be 0. So when B1 bit is going to be 1, I am going to calculate what is going to be the current. So current is nothing but here 5 divided by R by 2. R by 2 is nothing but here 5 kilo ohms there. That means that the current through this R by 2 is going to be 1 milliamps. So this 1 milliamp current will flow like this, and again if I am going to see, same current is going to flow. That means my output voltage is now 1 into 1, that is your output voltage is going to be now minus 1 volt. So when my input B1 bit is going to be 1, my output is going to be minus 1 volt there. Now if I am going to consider the input to be 0, 0, so here if I am going to consider my input current to be current signal to be 0, 0, 1, 1. That means my B0 is also connected to 5 volts, my B1 is also connected to 5 volts. So because of this 5 volts, I am going to have a current 0.5 milliamps to flow through this resistance. 0.5 milliamps is going to be the current, and the current that is going to flow through this resistance is going to be 1 milliamps there. So these two currents combine, and at the output I will be having 1.5 milliamps current there. So these two currents are going to flow in the same direction, that is it is going to get added up, and the total current is going to be 1.5 milliamps. So this 1.5 milliamps will flow through this RF resistor. So I will be multiplying your 1.5 into 1 is nothing but your output is going to be 1.5 volts, minus 1.5 volts there. So like this, for different combinations of the input we can get the output there. So here, that is what we have said here. Your op-amp is going to be connected in the inverting mode, and the op-amp can also be connected in the non-inverting mode. So the number of binary inputs is 4. So we call this converter as a 4-bit converter. So you are going to have 4 switches, B0 to B3 are going to be used as binary inputs. So the working principle, if you are going to see, when B0 is going to be closed, it will be connected directly to the 5 volts. That means the voltage across the R is going to be 5 volts, and the current through the R is going to be 5 divided by 10 kilo ohms, that is 0.5 milliamps there. And current through the feedback resistor is going to be RF is equal to 0.5 milliamps there. And the output voltage is minus 1 kilo ohm into 0.5 milliamps is minus 0.5 volts. So here we say that the op-amp is going to work as a current to voltage converter. Now suppose switch B1 is going to be closed and B0 is going to be open. The action closes your R by 2 to the positive supply of plus 5 volts there, causing twice as much current. That is 1 milliamp current is going to flow through the RF resistor, which is going to double the output voltage there. So the output voltage V0 will be minus 1 volt when switch B1 is going to be closed. If both the switches B0 and B1 are closed, then the current through the RF will be 1.5 milliamps, which will be converted to an output voltage of minus 1.5 volts. So depending upon whether the switches B0 to B3 are going to be open or closed, the binary weighted currents will be set up in the input resistors. So the sum of these currents is going to be equal to the current that is going to flow through the feedback resistor. So which is then converted to a proportional output voltage. So when all the switches are going to be closed, the output will be maximum. That means the output voltage equation is going to be given as V0 is equal to minus RF B0 by R plus B1 by R by 2 plus B2 by R by 4 plus B3 by R by 8. Where B0, B1, B2, B3 may be either plus 5 volts or it is going to be 0 volts there. So here this figure is going to show the analog output. This is your analog output versus your possible combinations of the input. So we saw that when the input was 1, my output was minus 0.5 volts. When input is 2, my output was minus 1 volt. When input is 3, we got the output to be minus 1.5 volts. So like this, my output is going to be changing stepwise, where each step is going to be of 0.5 volts there. So totally this is a 4-bit 4-bit DAC. So it is your 4-bit DAC means we have totally 2 power n minus 1. So totally 15 steps are going to be there. Each step is going to be of minus 0.5 volts output there. Why we are going to get the negative sign is because the input signal is going to be connected to the inverting terminal of your operational amplifier. So here the decide step that can be obtained by selecting your proper value of the RF there. So here in this case it is going to provide the maximum output voltage, and we should see that the maximum output voltage does not exceed the saturation level of your operational amplifier. For accurate operation, we can use your metal film resistors can be used there. So what is the problem we are going to face in this binary weighted resistors is DAC is we require binary weighted resistors. The binary weighted resistors are not readily available if the number of inputs are going to be more than 4. So alternate for this binary weighted resistor is R2R resistors, where we are going to use only 2 sets of resistors, and these resistors are going to be of precision resistance values there.